comes a time in every man's life where a man must unleash their inner executive producer. Roll that intro. Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis X. Alright, welcoming you back to the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, is the 88th day. We're taking a look at Zombified Slifer. This is an interesting little combination of cards. We're trying to get slifertheskydragon onto our board by cheating him out using zombie support, things like Mizuki, just allowing us to turn everything into a zombie with Zombie World, then summoning Slifer on our turn without having to go through the messy tribute summoning mechanic. So we got ourselves our slifertheskydragon. We're going to go into EDO Pro. We're going to show him off along with his buddies, the Horus and the Dangers. Very high octane with some rank 8s on here. It's all plan B though. The main plan for today is to summon Slifer. That is what our goal is. That's what I want to see. So we got ourselves our deck here today, thanks to Mr. Hardy Bro, new guy suggesting a deck on the channel, and so we're going to be thanking him. Thank you much, sir, for letting us take a look at Zombified God cards again. So we're going to go in there, let's show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and we'll have ourselves a good old time. So deck list at the end, but for now, let's get into the action. Alrighty, our first opponent, another day, another card game. We can go first or second with this deck. It's one of those ones that can do either or, really. Well, it just depends on the hand we get. We would like to go first, too. So we'll do both. We'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's see what we have. I mean, I could summon forth a Slifer, and that is the name of today's deck. So I think that is what we shall do. That is what we shall do. So we're going to activate our Foolish Barrel. As many cards we can send to the grave. But we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're just going to send Slifertheskydragon to the grave. And we're going to activate our zombie world. So we'll turn everything into a zombified version of itself. Very, very annoying card for a lot of decks to have to deal with. Anything that's type specific will get wrecked by this card. Other than that, we'll just end our turn right there. We got everything we need. We have the Revived Sky God. Minute my opponent plays anything, we're going to train this card, summon back Slifer, and then both players will draw until they have 6 cards. Slifer gains 1,000 attack for every card that happens to be in our graveyard. And that's, or not, for every card in my hand, I should say. If it was every card in the grave, that would be pretty nutty, but that's not quite how it works. We'll summon Slifertheskydragon, and Slifer, he's an interesting god card. You know, most of the other gods, they're like beat sticks, you know, beat 'em up monsters. Not Slifer, he's kind of more of a floodgate than anything, because while he's on the board, anytime my opponent summons a monster with 2,000 or less attack, that monster will be instantly destroyed. If they're higher than 2,000, they're just going to lose, you know, they lose 2,000 attack. They lose them all, they get destroyed. If not, well, they just lose 2,000 attack. That's how Slifer works. So, you know, it's kind of floodgatey in a sense, and that's fine by me. You know, Slifer's just going to do his thing. What are we up against? Bergerers. Let me see. Bergerers. Burger. I see. Alright, I mean, I forget how the Hungry Burger archetype works. Does he... I know that these activate... When a card effect activates, okay, it has to target. This does not target. Let's see. You need the effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls to the end of the turn. I mean, that's more annoying than anything. I guess... Let's activate Thunder for... No, tricky business. This is just negating everything, right? Tribute as many monsters, quick fade target type position monster. You know, I think I'm fine with him negating. As much as I like Slifer to go off, I think this is fine. Or, conversely, now he's targeting me, and he's gonna try to tribute me. Okay. Let's go for Super Poly. I wasn't gonna do this, but you forced me hand, brother. You forced my hand. So we're gonna go for our Draco Necro Soul Dragon. I was really hoping to keep Slifer around for a turn, but tis what tis. It is fine, just it's fine all around. You know, he can go for his little Nouvelles combo here, but you know, I stopped his Burgermeister. What he said, I still have a 3k beat stick, although Nouvelles kind of laugh in the face of beat sticks. Because the whole idea is to ritual summon with, or they tribute your monsters off to summon other copies of their rituals. Let me think about this. Base monster born, divine beast is in the grave, draw a card. I'm gonna go ahead and use Decker World Banshee. I'm gonna banish that off to get another zombie world on the board that's not negated, just in case that'll, I don't think that'll help too much, but maybe it will. Let's see, target spell trap on the field and destroy it. Ah, I see. Should have waited on that one. Should have waited on that, perhaps. It's fine. It's fine. All he has is Confrere de Voix. Let's go ahead and use our Revive Sky God, though. I can banish this card, put Monster Born on top of my deck, and draw another card, because Slifer's in the grave. So remind me, what does this do? When a card effect activated that targets this card, or when this card is a target for an attack, turn this card and attack position monster on either side of the field. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's go ahead and set. We're activate Imseti. This is where the power play comes. We're gonna ditch Imseti and Bigfoot, get ourselves our Sarko, and ooh, Thunder Force. Does this target? No, it does not. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. This ought to be game right here. So we're gonna go for our King Sarko. We're gonna go ahead and get a few Horuses on the graveyard. Like I said, the Horus line, they have a bad rep. They really do. They're really good, but a lot of people don't like them because they're that good. But we're just using them for, you know, the snarkiness of it. So let's go ahead and bring back all of these Horusy boys. And my opponent's probably thinking there like, oh, he has to attack me to get over me. No, we don't. I'm gonna activate Monster Born and bring back the Executive Producer. Oh, and then I'm gonna activate this card, Thunder Force Attack. I have Slifer, I can destroy all my opponent's monsters, and I get to draw a card for every card I just destroyed. And that there, unless he's got a hand trap, will be game. So that's the deck we want to be seeing all day today. It's very simplistic, but very potent. We're just trying to get Slifer into the grave. We bring him onto the board. We have many ways of doing this. He doesn't always last too many turns unless we use the alternate Monster Born card. But, you know, he lasts long enough for us to make use out of it. We start blowing stuff up, beating over monsters. The Horuses are here for mainly damage and exceeds plays. The Dangers are here to help us draw. And the Zombie World screws people over. So, very potent. Let's go for duel number 2. Show off more of what this deck can do, because there's a lot more it can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Alright, let's see. Scissors. I knew it. Scissors never fails. Alright, but what do we have for an opening hand? I mean, it's okay. Maybe. Maybe, baby. We'll see where this goes. I mean, I've got my Sarko. I've got some Imseti action going. It's not perfect by any means, but maybe I can make this work. Let's keep things nice and simple. I'm not going to ditch my whole hand because I like my whole hand. So, I'm just going to summon 2 Horuses. We'll see where this goes. I'm going to try for my Undead Vampire. Good old Exceeds monster. He'll work for me. And let's go ahead and rock him out. Because how this guy's interesting. You get to mill 4 cards from both players' decks. And if there's a monster among them, you get to summon that monster. Or not. Maybe you're just getting permed. Alright. Well, if you're gonna be that guy, I guess I have no choice but to do this. I was trying to offer you an alternative, sir. I was trying to give you options to not have me do all the Horus. But no, you chose this path. You chose its path. I didn't choose this path. I wanted to do the cool I was trying to just mill cards and hope and pray for Horus, or not Horus, friggin' Slifer. I have the Horus. I have that. I don't want the Horus, though. I wanted Slifer. If I wanted Horus, I'd play the Winged Dragon of Ra. I don't want to play the Winged Dragon of Ra today. I've already did that. Let's see. Big question. What do we make? Do we make the obvious negate, or do we play the floodgatey thing, or the omni-negating boy? Interesting choices to be made here. Very interesting choices. Because Lancelot's pretty nice for, like, late game sort of deal. He is an omni-negate, but he negates your own things, too. I kind of feel I'm tied between Harbinger and Sanafond. Harbinger, Sanafond. If I knew what my well, he's got a 40-something card deck. I want to imagine he summons from the deck or the grave a little bit at least. So I'm gonna go ahead and hedge my bets on Sanafond. You know, maybe this is right, maybe this is wrong. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Sanafond the Sky Prison. You gonna imperm me again? No? Good. Very good. Let's see. And I could put a monster board on top of the deck. I don't need to. I'm just gonna end my turn there and see where this goes. Alright. It's all in the hands of fate here, because there's nothing I can do to interrupt my opponent right this moment. Really would have liked to have done that, but not quite. What is this? The Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. Ugh, I remember these guys. These are... Ugh. It's like nothing but walls of text that say, oh, if you have this thing on the board, you're basically untouchable. It's essentially what this does. Yep. No, Nouvelles, the Prayer of the Voiceless Voice. What even is a Voiceless Voice anyway? What does that even mean? It sounds like such a dumb name. Saphira, Queen of the Dragons, discard, send a ritual spell, add a light ritual monster. Alright, and a ritual spell, get, yeah, Skull Guardian, Protector of the Voiceless Voice. And, yeah, basically, so long as he has this anywhere present, then it goes up to 4,100. And a Voiceless Voice, yep. One good thing is you can't bring back low thanks to Sanafond, but it's still a really annoying. Still really annoying to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with that guy. I don't know if I can help it. With any luck, so long as he doesn't have another low, though, I should be good, because without low on the board, I think things are better for me. I could be mistaken, but yeah, there goes there goes the anti-vampire. And, no, Sky Gods for other things. Tempted, but no. Let's see. When you put him into card effect with control low, yeah, without low, he can't do like half as much. So I like to believe that Sanafond was actually a good choice. I like to believe that. That was actually not a bad idea. All right, foolish burial, you say? Interesting choice. Let's do that. Let's go for foolish burial. Maybe that did something that I wasn't aware of. What is he doing? Let me guess. You're going to summon low the Prayer of the Voiceless Voice. No, you summon this guy. What does that do? What does Service do? Activates card effect that targets a monster control. Discard this card. When your opponent would summon a monster, you turn this card to the hand, negate the summon. I see. Well, you know what? We might as well bait out Service. Why not? Let's just bait him out. I mean, I've got all these Horuses in the grave. I might as well use a few of them. Because now, I can just negate Saravis. That's the neat thing. Let's go ahead and just summon everybody. I'm gonna summon everybody. You know, I was trying to go nice and easy on my opponent. I was like, I just want to go for Slifer. That's what I wanted to do. But my opponent was like, no. You're not allowed to do that. And let me think. Do I want to do anything? I kind of want to get my last dude in the grave. Let's get Happy into the grave just in case. Just in case. Is there anything else these cards do? Forbidden Driplet, you say? Yeah, without low, his deck doesn't do anything. Which is great. Nope. Okay, so he's going to negate Sanafond, as one would, or not. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to have graveyard stuff. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter the battle phase. Battle phase. Here it goes. Let's go ahead and attack with Quebshkabeba. Because again, without low, his deck doesn't do much. Which is what I'm counting on. So let's ditch his ritual monster to the grave. Let's attack with everybody else. And that should be good. I mean, again, so long as I've got Sanafond, that's actually really effective against this. Because he's counting on his monster reviving itself from the graveyard or whatever. And without it, his deck doesn't do anything. I'll attack with this. Does this do anything on the board that I should be... add a Voiceless Voice card, Skull Guardian for the... Okay, I should probably get rid of that. I was like, should I get rid of this? And then I'm like, yes, you should. Very much so. You really should. There is still... I could just make Lancelot... Oh, wait, no. I use Bloom, so I can only summon zombies. Oh, let me think about that. If I make... I was gonna say I could make them both, but that's a dumb idea. So I'm gonna make Lancelot, I think. Using these two. Lancelot, the Ghost Knight of the Underworld. He's an Omni-Negate. He'll just negate yourself if you're not careful. And we'll end our turn. We'll see where this goes. I can't stop everything, but I can stop some things. And like I said, the first... like spell trap monster he does will be negated. So there you go. We were able to stop Voiceless Voices. Really annoying deck to have to deal with. If he maintains low, it's really hard against that one. But you know what? We were able to stop him with a cheeky little tech I like to call Santa on the Sky Prison. So very nice for Duel 2. Let's go ahead for one more duel today. I wish we had time for 4, but 3 we'll have to do. Let's go ahead for one more. Show off a little bit more of this deck. We've shown off most of it. But I want to try and summon Slifer again. That's the main thing. Alrighty, our third opponent, the fight in third up against Matt Murdoch from Britain. I see. We must face the British. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Third duel, third opponent, going second. It's okay. What are we up against? My opponent has bricked, apparently. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have much either, but I have stuff. I mean, I got things. Let's go ahead for Unizombo. Go ahead and use his effect, if I may, but I will not. Alright, I'm gonna activate this anyway, just to spook him. Sadly, I cannot discard anything this turn, but he doesn't know that. Alright, so my opponent's a Mr. Weird. He chose to go first, and yet he also had nothing. So either this is a very convoluted combo deck, or he drew all of his garnets in one turn, which is also that's a possibility. Oh my lord, my brother, work on your deck build. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to give you some constructive criticism here. You know, I know it's not always easy to make a deck, but it's not, you know, impossible to do. I like to think he just has like a whole bunch of negates and things that he's unable to play for whatever reason. Yeah. From the deck. Glow up Bloom. I don't have a Bloom. My one Bloom is here. I just realized it. Okay, that's fine. I'll just send Balladrock now. You know, we'll send Balladrock now. This is why we play 2 Balladrocks, is so we don't ever have to have the guy, you know, stuck on the board. Let's see here. Do I want to waste this? If I activate this, I'll get Balladrock. Okay, you know what? Yeah. I was like, should I waste this? And I think, you know what? Let's be a little, tiny bit wasteful. It'll serve us in the long run. Because I can just go ahead and make Vampire Sucker. I'll set another Monster Reborn. And I'll end my turn. You know, this way we can start drawing into our stuff. Get our Slifer on the board. That's what we want. And that's what we're going to get. We'll summon back our Doom King and, yeah, draw another card. This is a very zombie day. I mean, that's the name of the deck. It's Zombie Slifer. It's also Lava Golem. You have to remember, Lava Golem. All right, what are we up against? Is this Destiny board? This is a Destiny board, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's a Destiny board. I should have known. I should have known. All right. Destiny board with no field spell yet, although I would bet my bottom dollar that that is more than likely Metaverse. I would say. All right, so Lava Golem goes off. I take 1,000 damage. Yeah, I don't care. I play rank 8s. I really don't care. Not gonna, as much as I can appreciate old school kaiju, in this situation it's not very good. If he had, what was the level 7 one? Was it Gamma Seal or was it somebody else? I want to think it's Gandarla. One of them is level 7. That would have been a bit more effective. Let's go for Dangerous Thunderbird. I assume... Come on. Yes, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Let's get rid of this one. Regardless of what it is, this should work. Yeah, I knew that was D-board. Most people set their most important card first. You gotta be smarter, though, and do it random, like. Dark Ruler Namor. I see. Fascinating. Let's go ahead and normal summon Unizombie. And we'll use his effect. We're going to increase the level of Unizombie. I really should have put a synchro in this deck, but I really didn't think it was necessary. I could have put in like a Beals or something, but I just didn't. I don't know why, I just didn't. But yeah, Unizombie doing his thing, and let's see, 28, 28. I don't know if I have enough for game, but it's very close. Oh wait, I do have enough for game. That's right. That's right, I do. Everyone's a zombie today. Everybody's a zombie. Alrighty. Alright, so assuming this guy has a hand trap, this isn't quite over yet, but you never know. Maybe he doesn't have a hand trap. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I feel a little bad for this guy. You know, I love Destiny board decks. They're a fun thing to play. But we're going to have to finish him off with his own Lava Golem, and that's going to have to be it for today. I wish I had more time for today, but I gotta film Pokemon and stuff after this. So that's it for today, folks. We got to show off, like, pretty much everything this deck does, so I'm happy there. Let's go ahead for the end screen and talk a little bit more about this deck. Alrighty, everybody, so Zombified Slifer, much again as the last couple decks, has exceeded expectation with a 3-0 record. You know, Egyptian god decks, they're always a fun thing to try and, like, mess around with. Get the Egyptian gods onto the board without having to mess around with tribute engines and things. And let me tell you, I think Zombies might be my favorite Egyptian god variant. I always loved the God of Frogs, good old winged dragon with frogs. That was a cool deck back in the day. But Zombies might be overtaking them a little bit because it's just so easy. Ditching a Slifer to the grave, turning it into zombies, go for Mizuki, bring him right back. And there's other, you know, I could run more Mizukis if I needed to, but really 2 has been fine. And we got to do with everything this deck wants to do, pretty much. You know, we got Slifer onto the board. We were able to knock our opponent around with that. The Horus line did their thing. You know, they're more of the plan B, or really plan C if you consider zombies, because it's zombie Slifer. So they're the plan C. They did their thing. The zombies, they did their thing. We got to see everything this deck wants to do. We didn't get to see Slifer as much, but we did get to see him a couple of times, so it's something. You know, we got to see Slifer, and that's the name of the day's deck. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to smack the like button. Consider subscribing to help the channel keep growing, because we still have 12 more days of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like the 12 days of Christmas. And what is tomorrow's deck again? I need to remind myself. It is Paleos. We're taking a look at a Paleo deck with a little bit of Frog on the side, a little bit of Nimbles, just a sprig of Sprite. Not all sprites, just a little sprig of Sprite. You know, we're gonna do some other things. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at some Paleos tomorrow. But for now, the Zombie Slifer deck, I like it. You know, it reminds me much of the Halactite deck we did a while back. Just zombies and gods. Who knew? They work very well together. So real quick, here's the deck list in case y'all want to try this deck out, make your own alterations if you see them in your head or whatever, and you know, have fun with it. So here's the deck we have for today. I run 3 copies of Slifer just to make sure I have a consistent amount of Slifer in the deck. Some might say he's a brick. You could try him out at 2, but I found that he didn't show up as often when he was at, well, he only showed up like the 1 duel today when he was at 3. So at 2, it's even harder. So I run him at 3. 3 copies of him SETI to make it easy to get your King's Sarcophagus. He's also a nice big beat stick of a Horus monster. 3 copies of Danger's Bigfoot and 2 copies of Danger Thunderbird as our Danger Engine. We're just doing all level 8s here today, so I'm running the 2 level 8s that matter the most. Thunderbird is spell trap removal. Bigfoot is monster removal. One's a 30,000 beater, one's a 2,800 beater. You get the idea. 1 copy of Algul Mazera, which protects my zombies from being destroyed by banishing himself from the hand or the grave, and then he can summon himself back in defense mode. He gets 1 level lower, but I don't really care about Mazera for Seas material. He's here for protection. 2 copies of Doom King Battledrock to continue the level 8 flow of this deck. He's a nice guy to be paired up with our zombie world. If our opponent activates a monster effect as they are now a zombie, you can banish a monster or you can negate an effect. And you can do them both in one turn. Just one apiece. So, nice card. I like him at 2. One copy each of the other horses, because really, you run 3 of this guy and 1 of all the others. That's the basic idea of the deck. You know, Quebshkabeba protects everybody. Happy can recover you cards. And if Duamfe somehow survives, which most people won't let him survive, you can draw cards equal to the number of cards you control with different names. Well, it's only the monsters, but you know that's 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 draw right there. Even up to 6 if you have something in the extra monster zone. So yeah, he's pretty damn good. 2 copies of Necroworld Banshee. Really helps out getting out Zombie World, able to trigger itself during the opponent's turn. If your opponent tries to blow up your field spell, you can switch one for another. It's very nice. We got 2 Bazookies as our Zombified Monster Reborn in the deck. Banish it to summon out a zombie from the grave. 3 of the all-powerful Unizombie, best zombie support in the world. Sends cards from the hand to the grave, sends zombies from the deck to the grave, sets up all the good stuff. And 1 Glow Bloom, because it allows me to I can ditch it to get Battle Rock, basically. It's a nice little, he's a nice little boy. Nice little boy. Foolish Barrel, of course, we like to send everything to the graveyard for various means. 1 Monster Born, because the name of today's game is Revived from the Grave, which is why we're running 2 of the newer Monster Born, I should say, which is a nice card. You can revive your monsters from either graveyard. They can't attack or use their effects that turn, but it's very useful for when you go into the Slifer on turn 1. You just summon him out in defense mode, and then he acts as a floodgate. 2 copies of Thunder Force Attack is a nice little cheeky tech card. If you bring out Slifer on your turn, it allows you to wipe out your opponent's monsters and then draw for every monster that they have. You can only attack with 1 monster that turn, but you know, if your Slifer's like 7,000-8,000 attack, that's all you really need to do. 2 copies of our Super Poly, since we're running the zombie world. It's really nice to be fusing into a zombie of using my opponent's stuff, along with some of the more generic fusion monsters. 2 copies of King Sarko, just to have some consistency with the Horus lineup. 3 copies of Zombie World, just to wipe out any sort of consistency my opponent might have with cards of the same typing. And also because it's important for like Baladrock and the whole idea of this deck. And 2 copies of the Revived Sky God, which, you know, have Slifer in the graveyard. Your opponent, you know, preferably you play this at the start of the duel when your opponent has 5 cards in the hand, so they only get 1 draw. Better than later game when they have 1 card in the hand, they get to draw 5. So, and you always want to try and do this on your turn if you can help it, and try to win in that turn too. It's a nice card. It's just you had to play it the right way. As for our extra deck, I play 1 Link Karibo in the off chance I draw into Glow Bloom. We have Masquerena as a good link too that we can use to make, you know, Nightmare Unicorn and the like, that sort of thing. Proxy F Magician, I was originally running like Accesscode Talk or Aphromax in this deck, which I'm not anymore, but this guy does allow you to fusion summon using the monsters from your field. So if for whatever weird reason you need to make a link on top of things for various weird reasons, then you can use it to make a fusion. So that's an option there. Or if you want to run some bigger links, that works too. 1 Vampire Sucker, because it combos well with Baladrock, and when zombies get summoned, you're going to get to draw more cards. Nightmare Unicorn's removal, of course. Blackluster Soldier, we have a lot of high-level monsters, so it's easy to give this guy protection, as well as he has, well, once he starts beating over stuff, you can make him bigger, make him attack multiple times, banish stuff. He's got a whole lot going for him. We have our Lancelot, nice rank 8, who omni-negates anything and can attack directly. Just remember, he omni-negates you too, so he's more of a closing card. 1 Xenophon is a graveyard floodgate monster. 1 Dingirzu for protection and field clearance. 1 copy of Giant Trainer for draw engine. 1 Hope Harbinger for spell traps and stopping my opponent from attacking our monsters. We have the Zombie Vampire to mill out our cards and revive our Slifer and the like. And as for the fusions, basic bunch. Got Mud Dragon, got Garura for screwing with your opponent, and Draco Necro is a nice fusion for Zombos. After the side deck, really didn't put in much more. I mean, if you want another Bloom, go ahead. There's other rank 8s that are pretty nice. Ghost Fusion was an interesting tech if you want to go for more zombie fusions. That's pretty neat. And then there's, again, rank Link 4s if you want to be using them. But that's today's deck, everybody. Hope you very much enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the last few days of the 100 days. Oh, and I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, so I'll say it now. The Q&A is open. The 100 days Q&A we do at the end of each season is open. I put a post up on the channel I don't think too many people saw it, but if you want to ask a question of the channel, any members on the channel, me, Alter, Spooky, whatever, you can ask them here or whatever. So do contribute to that if you have any sort of burning questions you want to ask me on my opinion on stuff. So that's today. Tomorrow we're paleo. Until next time, everybody, y'all stay safe and happy. You have a wonderful day. Y'all take care.